Caitlin Clark is going overseas to play in the European League. I'm here to let everybody know that she should.
With the WNBA season ending for many teams, there are already so many players heading overseas to play during the off-season. But with all of the drama currently surrounding the WNBA, on top of the low-paying salaries, some of these players are questioning if they'll even return.
We will miss layups. Or my new personal favorite, it's the remix to Ignition. R. Kelly is in prison and the WNBA's having trouble selling tickets, sipping on coke and rum. None of these players can dunk.
Caitlin Clark just got exposed, and not by a rival, but by the very league that crowned her. Reports just leaked that Clark has a Europe clause in her contract, and the WNBA, they didn't deny it. They dropped it, strategically. Now Clark is panicking as fans explode over what this means for her future and the WNBA's. But of course, this leak didn't come from nowhere. It's starting to look like sabotage, a public squeeze play to keep their golden girl grounded. Did the WNBA just try to trap its biggest star or push her to leave faster? And if she does, what's even left of the league?
The WNBA three-point arc is 22 feet. It felt like you were watching history, and I'm not overstating it. Kobe's 81-point game, Michael Jordan switching hands, Reggie Jackson with 3 home runs on 3 pitches in the 1977 World Series against the Dodgers. It felt like I was watching history.
Let's be real. Caitlin Clark wasn't drafted. She was crowned. The overall pick by the Indiana Fever wasn't just another rookie. She was the league's ticket to mainstream relevance. Her games, total hits. Her presence, a full-on media frenzy. Her name alone could sell out arenas and outdraw NBA playoff matchups. Yet, as fast as the WNBA put her on a pedestal, it just as swiftly let her crash back down. What started as a dream season turned into a brutal masterclass in how to alienate your biggest asset.
Everybody's getting better, except the officials. So we gotta find a way to remedy it.
From the jump, Clark was targeted on the court. Hard fouls, cold shoulders, and a level of physical play that had fans screaming for league intervention. And what did the WNBA do? Absolutely nothing. Crickets. Opposing players clobbered her like it was 1995, and officials looked the other way like they were auditioning for a reboot of Blind Justice. Meanwhile, veterans rolled their eyes at her airtime. Media pundits nitpicked every word she said, and when Clark fans demanded protection, they were labeled toxic. The message? Sit down, rookie, no matter how many records you break. But the worst betrayal came not from the outside, but within the league itself. That now infamous leak about her alleged European clause? Let's not pretend it slipped by accident. Sources say someone in the league wanted this info out, either to box her into staying or to poison the public against her before she could make a move. Either way, the gloves are off. Caitlin Clark, once hailed as the savior of women's basketball, is now being treated like a villain for considering greener, more respectful pastures. The leak was surgical, cold, calculated, like the WNBA dropped it into the bloodstream of sports media and watched the chaos unfold. The details? Allegedly, Clark's reps had inserted a clause allowing her to explore European contracts should the WNBA environment turn toxic or should the money get funny. And the way this rumor detonated? Absolute social media carnage, TikTok, Reddit meltdowns, YouTube shorts of rival players reacting with mock outrage. The underlying question pulsing through it all: did Caitlin Clark ever want to stay? But first, like this video if you think the refs are unfair to the Fever, comment if you disagree, and don't forget to subscribe. The WNBA claims innocence, of course. No confirmation, no denial, just awkward silence while the internet pieced together a puzzle the league pretended not to see. But timing is everything. The leak came just as fans began questioning why Clark wasn't getting calls. Why was she left off key promotional materials? Why teammates looked like they'd rather be anywhere else? Coincidence? Please. Insiders suggest this was the league's attempt to test her loyalty, force her to publicly deny the Europe clause and pledge allegiance to the W. But Clark said nothing, not a word. And that silence? That was her loudest statement yet. Because maybe she's not panicking over the leak. Maybe she's just tired. Tired of being baited, blamed, and bruised while carrying an entire league on her back.
And even our biggest star in the league, Caitlin Clark, is only making a base salary of around $76,000 or $78,000 for this first season. She signed a 4-year, just over $300,000 rookie salary. So Caitlin's rookie salary is a little over $300,000 for 4 years, and that's all that she's going to make in the WNBA.
Let's talk cash, because here's the real headline. Caitlin Clark is getting paid pennies while being treated like a billion-dollar commodity. Her rookie salary, around $76,000. That's not a typo. That's the actual paycheck for the player who's pulling in hundreds of millions in economic value for the league. One economist even estimated her impact on Indiana alone at $36 million. And league-wide, try over $1 billion. So the question becomes, why stay? European clubs are circling like sharks. Offers north of $1 million. Fewer games, better travel. Real respect. She wouldn't just be a player overseas, she'd be a queen. And unlike in the WNBA, they're not asking her to earn their respect first. They're ready to hand her the keys to the kingdom, no questions asked. And yet, back in the States, she's under constant fire. Teammates shade her in interviews. Players ignore her on the court. Even all-star voting turned into a petty referendum on whether she deserved to be there, despite the fact that she's outscoring half the league. And still, no league official has stepped up to publicly defend her. Not one. It's a glaring, ugly silence that says more than any press release ever could. The WNBA wanted her star power, but not the responsibility of nurturing it. And now, they're watching in real time as the star they refuse to protect begins to fade from their sky. Let's do the math. Caitlin Clark steps onto the court, and viewership explodes. She gets benched, and the numbers tank. She's on the roster, sold-out stadiums. She sits, the ratings crumble like a Jenga tower in an earthquake. These aren't opinions, they're facts. Her debut game alone clocked 2.1 million viewers, a number the WNBA hasn't sniffed in decades. Indiana Fever games, yes, the Indiana Fever, were pulling in more fans than the Pacers. Entire cities were buying her jersey faster than the league could restock. And yet, through all this data-driven dominance, the league response has been a deafening shrug. Where's the marketing blitz? The protective officiating? The strategic plan to secure the next decade around the one player breathing life back into women's basketball? Instead, they let the discourse rot. They let Clark be vilified online, attacked by veterans, and body-checked like she was applying for a UFC title. And when fans demanded answers, silence. When analysts raised alarm bells, silence. When everyone started to realize she might be leaving, crushing silence. Even more chilling is how quickly some within the league turned on her. Teammates muttering about earning it, media twisting her every post-game quote into controversy, and fans being gaslit into thinking she's the problem, despite literally saving the league from irrelevance. She wasn't asking to be worshipped. She was asking not to be assaulted on live television every night. And for that, she's called entitled. The math makes sense. The media spin doesn't.
No, Andrea, I'm not going to let you do that.
Go ahead,
Andrea, I'm not going to let you make it seem like Caitlin Clark was averaging 5 points a game. At the time, she was still averaging 16 points a game, which was more than a lot of other guards that made the team. So don't do that.
Clark's rumored move to Europe didn't just send the internet into panic mode, it triggered a seismic shift inside the WNBA locker rooms. Because once the Queen starts packing, the kingdom starts asking questions. Enter Kelsey Mitchell and Alyssa Smith, already signing up to play in China during the off-season. What once felt like fringe strategy, playing abroad to supplement income, now feels like a full-on rebellion. The message is loud. If you won't pay us, respect us, or protect us, we'll find leagues that will. This isn't just about money, it's about quality of life. Fewer games, better rest, VIP-level treatment. European leagues are practically rolling out the red carpet with velvet ropes for American stars. Meanwhile, in the WNBA, players are still flying coach, still fighting for locker space, still getting dragged online by their own colleagues for having fans. The nerve. Even Ice Cube got in on the action, dangling a $5 million offer for Clark to join his Big Three league. That's $5 million for 8 games. While the WNBA pays her less than the average Starbucks shift manager. No wonder fans are livid. No wonder Clark is looking for an out. And no wonder the dominoes are falling. What was once Caitlin's quiet contemplation is now becoming a movement. A blueprint for every other disrespected star to follow.
Hell, the success of the WNBA, it is 100% reliant on Caitlin Clark. But what happens if Caitlin Clark decides that she no longer wants to play in the WNBA?
Here's the real nightmare scenario. She leaves. She goes to Europe. And the WNBA collapses like a badly built IKEA shelf. Because say what you want, but the Caitlin Clark effect is not just hype, it's a lifeline. Without her, the league doesn't just lose a player. It loses its identity, its marketing face, its headline generator. It's one true crossover star who pulled in casual fans, dads who never watched women's sports, little girls who wore to school, and NBA junkies curious about the buzz. You can't replace that with platitudes about growing the game or team culture. You need names, you need draws. And no disrespect, but Angel Reese isn't selling out every arena. Neither is DJ Carrington. Not yet. Not like this. And the real kicker? The WNBA let her go without a fight. No mega extension, no protective rules, no bold campaign to keep her. They just watched. This wasn't a slow breakup. This was self-sabotage. The league had the generational player they've always dreamed of. And instead of protecting the goose that laid the golden viewership, they let the vultures circle. Now, Europe is ready to crown her. America is watching with popcorn. And the WNBA is left wondering if they just authored their own downfall. So here we are, Caitlin Clark, possibly Europe-bound, while the WNBA stares into the void it helped create. Was this just bad management? Or an outright betrayal? One thing's clear, the damage is done. Like and subscribe for more on the scandals shaking up the sports world because of this storm. It's only just begun. Let us know what you think. Is the WNBA fixable, or did they just lose the only player who could have saved it?